Good political question. Do I?
Okay.
What do you think that the US government should have done to prevent the financial crisis?
Regulate the bank's ability to give out the loans, and personal debt probably needs to be regulated. Credit cards need to be regulated more than they are, because all over the world, I don't think it's the U.S. I don't think it's the U.S. government's fault. I think it's the bank's fault, which you could say. Well, it is the bank's fault, but it's also the government's fault for not regulating it. For the deregulations, actually, it was Clinton. Well, no, Clinton is the one who's really responsible for regulating the banks to be able to give loans. The first help out is why the economy boomed when Clinton was around, because for a couple of reasons. That's one reason, but he opened up the ability for everybody to own a house, because anyone can own a house. But that doesn't mean you're just living in debt. I mean, most people will never pay off their mortgage, really, especially not right now. They're not going to be able to do it.
Legacy.
So, but it's the same thing. Personal debt. More people use credit cards now than they have ever used them in the past. Everybody has credit cards, so everybody has debt. So you have more weight of debt, and when you're just not even personal debt, but then you have debt on your mortgage and just have to foreclose and everything crashes all at once. So I mean, I'd say I would not blame everything on Clinton, but I would blame the prosperity of the time on him, and then also the eventual decline, because he deregulated the ability for the banks to give out pretty much just really insane loans that people just paying interest instead of putting anything down, and then one day they get to the point where, just the whole world economics, and also it's the first time that it's been a global economy, really, honestly. I mean, not the first time, but it's the first time a crisis has hit an economy that's been a global economy and not just a country's economy, because everybody's economy are all intertwined into one now.
Globalization.
Yeah, it's all globalized, so it's not just, it's happening everywhere. I think it's happening even worse in some parts of Europe.
Yeah, I've heard it like in Eastern Europe.
Eastern Europe, even the UK, it's worse. I would say it's worse in the UK than it is.
And it's like worse than everybody thinks.
Yeah, dude. I mean, America, it's
poor people get poorer.
We have a different system too. It's harder to. Government doesn't help out people as much as these socialist governments help out the people. So it's I think it's a bigger drain on the socialist government than it is on the government on our on our democratic government. I guess there's personal responsibility in America where you're supposed to take care of yourself, and if you can't take care of yourself, you're pretty much kind of fucked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As far as
with the health insurance.
Yeah, pretty much.
How about that in the band?
You get a discount if you own a business.
Yeah.
And we own a business. We own Census Fail, so we get cheaper health insurance.
That's good.
Because we're a small business. We're a corporation.
And the CEO.
We all are. We're all CEOs. So we pay for health insurance, but it's cheaper. It's pretty cheap.
And the last question, what do you think of Austria?
It's great. I like it.
Will I ever come back?
Yeah. We've only been here one other time, so.
Yeah. In
Ross. Yeah.
Yeah, I missed that. I was only 15, but it's